Every great team needs a fearless leader, someone who stands tall in the toughest moments and leads by example on and off the ice. In the NHL, captains aren't just players, they're legends. Today we're counting down the best NHL captains of all time, those who redefined leadership, brought home championships, and earned their place in hockey history. So let's dive in. 7. Anders Lee. Kicking off our list is Anders Lee, the unsung hero of the New York Islanders. While the Rangers might hog the Big Apple spotlight, Lee's leadership has been quietly stellar. During the pandemic-shortened seasons, he captained the Islanders to the semifinals in 2020 and was this close to pulling off another miracle in 2021, if not for an ACL injury.
Ty Smith, Anders Lee's hurt. Anders Lee is crawling towards the referee and asking for help here. They're going to blow it down.
Zaka ran into him.
What makes Lee stand out? He stepped into the captaincy after the very unpopular departure of John Tavares to the Maple Leafs and proved that he wasn't just filling shoes, he was making his own mark. Off the ice, he's a true role model, winning the King Clancy Memorial Trophy for his incredible work raising cancer awareness on Long Island. A captain who's all heart? Lee's got it in spades. 6. Alex Ovechkin. Now let's skate over to number 6. Oh boy, the Great 8. Ovi didn't just take on the captaincy of the Washington Capitals, he embodied it. Before leading the Caps to their long-awaited Stanley Cup win in 2018, Ovechkin faced more playoff heartbreaks than we can count. But through it all, he carried the weight of DC on his broad, goal-scoring shoulders. Ovechkin's leadership is like a shot, powerful, relentless, and impossible to ignore. Now, he's on the verge of breaking Wayne Gretzky's all-time goal-scoring record, proving that even after all these years, he's not just a captain, he's a legend in the making. 5. Victor Hedman. Shifting gears to Tampa Bay, where defense wins championships, we've got Victor Hedman. Known for his rock-solid defense and clutch playoff performances, Hedman became the captain of the Tampa Bay Lightning after the departure of Steven Stamkos. With 2 Stanley Cups and a Conn Smythe Trophy under his belt, Hedman's leadership is the backbone of the Lightning's success. Think of him as a defensive juggernaut blocking shots, dishing out hits, and leading his team in every critical moment. He's the kind of captain who makes everyone around him better. Plus, he's just signed an extension that'll keep him in Tampa through 2029, which means we've got more Hedman highlights to look forward to. 4. Alexander Barkov. Next, we head to the Sunshine State again, but this time it's Florida Panthers captain Alexander Barkov lighting things up. Barkov's leadership is proof that quiet confidence can still lead to big wins. He's not flashy, but man, does he get the job done. The Panthers have been in the playoff mix every year since Barkov took over, and they finally broke through with a Stanley Cup win. His defense-first mentality transforms into offense at a moment's notice, making him a two-way nightmare for opponents. And if you're looking for an example of why his teammates adore him, just ask them they rally around Barkov because he leads with heart and consistency. 3. Gabriel Landeskog. Now brace yourselves for number 3. From sunshine to snowstorms, we head to Colorado, where Gabriel Landeskog has worn the captaincy since the tender age of 19. Yeah, you heard that right, 19 years old. It hasn't been an easy road, but Landeskog stuck it out through tough seasons, playoff misses, and rebuilding years to eventually lift the Stanley Cup with the Avalanche in 2022. And despite his injuries, Colorado still holds him in the highest regard. Why? Because perseverance is the name of his game. Landeskog is the kind of captain who proves that no matter how rough the journey gets, resilience and dedication will always lead to glory. When he gets back on the ice, you know the Avs will be even more dangerous. 2. Connor McDavid. Stepping into the runner-up spot is none other than Connor McDavid. He might be the youngest captain in NHL history, but he's already making a case as one of the greatest. Drafted by the Oilers' savior in 2015, he wasted no time becoming the face of the franchise and, quite frankly, the face of hockey. His on-ice speed, skill, and vision are second to none, and he's dragged Edmonton from the draft lottery to Stanley Cup contention. The pressure of leading a team in a hockey-crazed city like Edmonton could crush a lesser player. But McDavid thrives under it. He doesn't need to say much. His play speaks volumes. Every time he steps on the ice, it feels like he's setting the bar for what it means to be a captain in the modern NHL. 1. Sidney Crosby. And finally, moving towards the crown jewel of our list, Sidney Crosby. When you talk about captains, there's no one who defines greatness quite like Sid the Kid. Captain of the Pittsburgh Penguins since he was 20, Crosby has guided his team to 3 Stanley Cup victories and countless unforgettable moments. Whether it was leading a young Penguins team past the veteran Detroit Red Wings in 2009, or captaining a completely revamped squad to back-to-back cups in 2016 and 2017, Crosby has been the heart and soul of the franchise for nearly 2 decades. He's the best player of his generation, and he sets the standard for captains everywhere. As Crosby enters his 18th season, his point production is still elite, and his leadership on and off the ice remains unparalleled. Sidney Crosby isn't just the best captain in NHL history, he's the captain that all future leaders will be measured against. And there you have it. Captains who didn't just wear the C on their chest, but carried their teams to greatness. Whether it was their resilience, skill, or heart, these leaders left an indelible mark on the game. Who's your favorite NHL captain? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more hockey greatness.